I guess, Coach, we'll just start with your overall thoughts. I mean, 3 periods of play, overtime, and you get the job done at the end of the night.
Yeah, I mean, we had to gut it out. I thought Bemidji State played a fantastic game tonight. You know, they probably carried the play for sure for the first 2 periods, and you know, in the third they had kind of won the turf war, but I don't know that either team really had a lot of looks. You know, Benny made so many saves at so many important times. You know, and we got some puck luck. You know, in the third period, you know, I think it was Molik or Rosen, one of the two. You know, they shoot it from the point, and we have that line of vision, and Benny can't see it, and he's kind of trying to fight, and it's going to go in, and Riley Funk gets his glove on it, you know, and bats it away. So, you know, I think we were fortunate tonight, but you know, you got to take your breaks when you get them, and move on. Now we got a chance to move on to the next round.
Yeah, despite all the shots, it did seem like he had a lot of clean looks for the pucks that did get in on him. Is that what you kind of felt too? Or?
Yeah, no, they definitely had some good looks on him. You know, there was.
I mean, he had good looks.
He had good.
Yeah,
he was.
Screened.
Yes.
Yeah.
He could see the majority of them. I felt like he was really seeing the puck well. You know, he's a tough kid, and even though he's a freshman, I didn't really particularly like the first 2 goals of the game last night. And you know, from the bench, I kind of said, hey, let's get going here. And you know, because he's got steel in him. Like I knew it would get him going, and I don't do that very often. I've done it one other time all year, but from that point on, he was a rock star. You know, and it was a difference in the series.
Coach, you mentioned throughout the season a few times about turnovers, costly turnovers. Obviously, you mentioned you got lucky tonight, but does that still concern you? I think there was still a few turnovers that led to some decent shots for Bemidji.
Yeah, you know what a lot of it was our first touch. You know, I think they did a good job on the forecheck, and I don't know that we were connected well enough as 5, because sometimes you just got to play small hockey, and you got to bump it 8 feet to bump it 7 feet to get it, you know, 9 other feet, you know, and we kind of were trying to bump pucks, but the chain would break, you know, and that's when we got our sustained time in our zone. I don't necessarily know, like, a lot of them were egregious. You know, that was probably what I was concerned about earlier in the year. These were probably forced due to pressure by good forecheck by them.
And obviously, it's not easy to eliminate a team. You know, you hear it in any sport. Just how proud are you of your team that they were able to, you know, end Bemidji's season and obviously advance moving forward?
Yeah, and to do it in 2 games is challenging. You know, coming into the game tonight, you know what that room is like. You know what the intensity they have. You know that. You know, I thought they were, you know, in puck battles, I thought they were more intense than we were. And a lot of that's just naturally, you know, when you have your back against the wall, you know, it's just kind of a human nature, fight or flight. You know, but we kept a lot of pucks to the outside. We didn't give up very few odd man rushes. You know, we had 4 breakaways in the game, you know, and didn't score in any of them. So, you know, the game probably could have had a little different feel to it, but you know, I said to the guys last night, I said, tomorrow's not going to be a 7-3 game or whatever that was. You know, it's going to be a tight game, and it was exactly what I thought it was.
Did you get a chance to talk to Benn at all yet?
Oh yeah.
What did you? Anything that you could tell us? What did you say to him?
Not just, you know, like with this week we talked about Mr. March. You know, we need a bunch of Mr. Marches, and you know, when you have guys playing their best at that time of the year, you have a chance to go on a run. And, you know, I thought Andre had a great weekend. Benny had a great weekend. David Kiefer with a huge goal. You know, and that's what you need to get by people, because people are playing their best hockey, you know, go at the end of the year, and most certainly playing their best hockey when their season can be done. And, you know, next weekend it's an elimination game for all 4 teams involved.
You try to take the optimistic look when you had a couple of those shorthanded breakaways, the fact that you're getting them, or do you get worried when you can't cash them in?
No, you're glad you're getting them, but you know, I do think, you know, you start to wonder a little bit, is it not our night? You know, we had 2 shorthanders. Alex Fry had one, and then like the guys who had them are guys that are power play top 6 type guys.
Yeah.
I thought Alex maybe was going to do the move. He had a breakaway against Michigan Tech shorthanded and went to his backhand and scored. I thought maybe we were going to see that again. Joey hit the pipe, so you know, we definitely had our looks. You know, I thought Scholl played well, played good as well.
I guess just looking ahead, you know, what do you feel like your team still needs to improve on in order to keep this thing going?
We got to get the power play going again. It's been such a streaky unit throughout the course of the year. There's times where, you know, it feels like you're going to score every time you're on the ice, and there's other times that, you know, I think we're kind of in one a little bit right now where, you know, we're just kind of disconnected on it. You know, we got to get, that's going to be important. I think we got to make sure that we get these guys a proper amount of rest. You know, but we're playing pretty good hockey, you know, and we've kind of been better each weekend. You know, I don't necessarily know that this weekend we continued that trend, but we continued enough to win 2 games, you know, and that's, you know, at this time of the year, that's what you're worried about. You got to just find a way to win.
Do you have anything that you can put your finger on for why you now have a 6-game winning streak when you had been splitting the series, you know, left and right before that?
You know, again, like this is, as we go, like we didn't talk about home ice once. You know, we talked about being a process-based team because that's repeatable success. You know, and there's things in our game that we know we can repeat. We can repeat our energy. We can repeat our puck management. We can repeat our discipline. You know, we can repeat our connectivity. Like we're not a team that stretches a lot of people. You know, we want to be 5 guys moving up and around the rink. You know, and you know, and teams that stretch, that's dangerous in their own right. But I want to make a bunch of 10-foot passes coming out of our end, and we talked about that small hockey, because I think that's how you can score off the rush. You know, so just focusing on those things instead of the result of winning or losing, you know, I think has been able to focus us and kind of center us to a place that, you know, this is what we need to do to have success, and that's what we focused on.
Is it like the message is finally getting through in a way that's constructive?
Yeah, maybe, and maybe my approach is different too. You know, I always felt like this team had the ability to score, and we went through some stretches where we weren't scoring. You know, and instead of focusing on not scoring, we just started focusing on the process, and you know, I think that loosened us up a little bit and freed us up.
And finally, we're supposed to wish you happy birthday.
Yeah, I actually forgot about it until I remembered it this morning, and then I got some text messages, and then I forgot about it when Max came in to do the pregame interview, and he reminded me, and then I really forgot about it until you know, after the game, and you know, Byron said happy birthday, and I was like, oh, that's right. And actually, when I got into the room, the guy sang happy birthday to me, so
Oh, they did.
kind of
Okay.
fun. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
thanks, guys.